Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my hair. I just had it in a messy bun and just took it down to film this video. Yes, let's get into it. So like me, every other YouTuber did their beauty favorites, 2021 beauty favorites. Haven't seen mine, I'll link it up above. I of course watched all of them and decided, you know what, I'm gonna test out some of their favorites. So I bought 5 different favorites and we're going to test out new ones, and then I also got a huge basket of all of the favorites that they have that I have in my collection. Some of these are my favorites, some of these are they're like good but didn't necessarily make my favorites list, so we're going to talk all about that. Obviously I didn't watch everyone's favorites video because that would take forever, and some people haven't had their favorites video out by the time that I'm filming this, so that's okay. Maybe I'll do a part 2, who knows, because there was stuff definitely on my list that I didn't get that I would love to try it out in the future. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna start off the eyes, and this is not a new product. This was one of Tati's favorites. She talked about the Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes. She didn't have this one specifically, but she just said that she liked all of them, and I have this one in my collection, so I thought I would pull it out. This is the Dose of Colors Baked Brown. And what's really cool about the palettes is that they're very sleek. As you can see, there are about 5 eyeshadows and they're like a really good collection. The formula is amazing. Like you can see, I don't know if you actually can see, but I have used these. Yeah, I really do like the formula. So we're gonna do a quick little eye look. All the products that I already own and use, I'm gonna like speed through, and then the new stuff will like talk a little bit more in depth. So I'm just gonna speed through. We're just gonna do a really simple matte eyeshadow look. So let's get into it. I forgot to prime my eyelids, so let me do that and then we'll get into the eyeshadow. Oh, also, sorry, I just want to note, I don't have nail polish on these 2 nails because I was taking photos earlier and I removed it. I definitely need to do my nails later. Okay, so there you go, a really simple all matte brown eyeshadow look. So moving on to the next product, we have a mascara. This is one I already owned. I definitely need more mascaras. If you saw my declutter video, I tossed out like 4 mascaras. So I don't really have a lot, but anyways, I need to get a mascara. This is Rachel from Rach Love. This is her pick. This is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. And if you remember correctly, this was also one of my beauty favorites this year as well. It is really good for lengthening, which is something that she said as well. I love wearing this on the everyday where I don't necessarily want like huge voluminous lashes. I just want something really long and fluttery. So really do like this mascara, and we're gonna use it. So there you go, that is the difference in between mascara. I know mascara, as you can see, my lashes are way longer and it definitely really fluttery. There's like a little bit of volume, but not super volumizing. So if you like volumizing mascaras, this isn't for you. Okay, there we go. And I'm actually not going to do any lashes today, just so you can see the full effect of the mascara. Okay, moving on to primer. Trust me guys, we will get to some of the new products soon. 2 primers. First, Alana Davidson, who is like my favorite YouTuber ever. Her pick was the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and then Rachel had the NYX the Marshmallow Primer, Both of these I own. I tried the putty primer and it wasn't bad, but I preferred the NYX Marshmallow one way more. I find the putty consistency like a little annoying because you gotta like scrape it out and like push it in, and like sure it like kind of did the job, but I found this did like just a similar job, but it's like a lot easier to use because it's a pump. And yeah, so that's why I prefer this one over this one, but they're both really good and they're both drugstore primers. So today I'm going to use the Marshmallow one, also just because I like it more and we're trying out a new foundation, so it's good to use something that you know and like. And yeah, it comes out like this, so if you hate silicone feeling primers but want the like look and feel of one, this one is great. Okay, so up next we're doing foundation, and this is actually one of my new products. This was raved about by Tati so much that I finally had to pick it up for myself. This is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. This is hyaluronic acid on it. What does it say? Hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. Medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling. Dermatologically approved. And this is vegan and microplastic particle free. And I got the shade 02 Ivy Neutral. We'll see how it is. I bought this online. It looks like it might be a little pale for me. I've never tried anything from Catrice before. They only recently came to Canadian drugstores, and you can get them at Shoppers. I ordered this online at Shoppers just because I was just looking online at the prices and I was like, oh, might as well just order online. And also sometimes it's hard in store because they might not have stock. So this has a pump. We're gonna pump it onto my little palette. Oop, there we go. It's pretty thick. Came out pretty quickly. Sometimes with pumps you kind of like pump for 5 years before it comes out. We'll do beauty blender on one side, brush on the other. Okay, beauty blender side. Okay, there you go, one side. It definitely does seem a little, is it pale? It's hard to tell. I have so much natural redness. We'll leave it. Maybe it will oxidize. I don't know. See, here's the thing, is that when I compare it to this side of my face, it looks a little pale. But then when I compare it to my, like, skin, it looks fine. Definitely gonna wear this in the summer. That's for sure. Okay, let me do the other side. When a foundation is lighter in coverage, it's easier to have a shade match because it's not as thick, but when it's higher coverage, the match matters a lot more. Okay, let's blend it out. Okay, there you go. Here's what it looks like on. I would say it's more like medium coverage because I can definitely see some redness peeking through, some of my acne, but it's also like, it still covered it up. Let me wipe off the foundation off my lips. Okay, there we go. So one, it's definitely a little goes a long way. I still have some foundation left on my palette. I didn't use all of it up. I would say that it does lean pretty neutral, which is really great because I did get the neutral shade. I don't find it's not too yellow, it's not too pink on my skin. That's great. It's not too bad. I think once I had some bronzer and some blush, I'll be looking okay. Yeah, they call this a hydrating foundation, but then it's funny because it has like a matter finish. Typically when I hear the words hydrating, I think glowy and dewy, and this like, it has like a little, but it's like, I would say mainly matte, which is probably good because that means it'll last longer on the skin. I'm not going to do a full day wear test now because it is like 3 o'clock. I'm hopefully going to film another video after this depending on the light. I'm going to be doing like a follow-up review on my blog about all of the new products, kind of giving you more of my thoughts after I've tested it a little bit more. So far, first impression of the foundation, it's looking pretty good. Now, another new product that I have, I wanted to get a new concealer because I feel like I've been using the same concealers like all of the time. So this is an Atlanta recommendation. This is the Makeup Forever Self-Setting Concealer. And if you thought my foundation is a little pale, so is this concealer. I don't know what it is. I decided to err a lot more on the like lighter side because it's like winter. And maybe I'm not as pale as I thought. This is a Makeup Forever Self-Setting Concealer. Elena inspired me to get this because she raved about it. This is a creamy concealer with a natural medium buildable coverage, second skin sun feel, and self-setting formula up to 12 hours crease free, which is amazing. So we're going to use this under the eyes. I do have another concealer I wanted to quickly mention, the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer, whatever it's called. I will put the actual name down below when I link everything. But this was a favorite of Rachel. She absolutely loved it. So I will be using these on my breakouts because I've mentioned this in my favorites. This concealer is a little too dark for me right now. It looks like the concealer might actually be too dark for my current foundation. And now, if I can open it, this is the Makeup Forever concealer. Okay, I'm using just like a little bit because I want to like see how this works with the coverage like. Ta-da! Not bad. That blended out super easy. There's definitely different types of concealers. There's some that's where it's like, oh, like a little goes a long way, and then there's others where it's like where you apply it, that's where you get the coverage, and this is kind of more like the second one. Okay, there you go. There's a concealer. Let me blend this one out a bit. But yeah, I really like that concealer so far. I really love my NARS Creamy Concealer, but something I've noticed is that because it's so creamy that it creases really easily. And you know guys, I'm turning 25 this year, so I'm starting to get some fine lines underneath my eyes, and you know, concealers are just starting to settle in them. So this one so far, so good. So up next we got a couple of cream products, which is really good because I will put on my creams and we'll see if my concealer has creased not or yet before I powder it. Let me just slap on a bronzer because I don't have any bronzers actually. That was like the one product. I think I have every other product category. Okay, so I just put on my bronzer. I will say that because this is a little bit of like a drier, matter foundation, it definitely took a little bit more to blend in my bronzer, but I don't think it's too bad. I don't think I look as pale now that I've put on my bronzer as well. Moving right along into blush. So obviously, since you know I follow Atlanta, one of her favorites this year was her collab with Newsticks, which she made the Picante blush. I absolutely love that blush. I'm not going to use it today just because it doesn't match the look that I have going on in my mind, but I'll be using my other Newsticks blush just because it's matches the look a little bit more. But I will say that I do absolutely love this blush. The formula is amazing. Because it's a bright orange shade, I find that it doesn't necessarily work with like every single makeup look, but I still love it and I used it a lot in the summer. So I'm going to be using the shade in the nude. This shade, it's a nude, so it matches a little bit more the look that I have going on, but the formula is the exact same. They're like a matte, so I find that it lasts way easier on the skin. Okay, ta-da! And now we have highlight. This highlight was a favorite of Jamie Page, and it also is Samantha Ravndal's brand. I absolutely love Sam. She didn't do a favorites, or she is going to. I have not seen it, but yeah, this was a Jamie Page favorite. This is an Auric Glow Lust. It's just so beautiful. Like, first, can we just take a second to talk about the packaging? It's gorgeous. This is a liquid highlight. It's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one. The price tag is like basically the same, so it's not like a cheaper option. It's very similar in the sense that it is a skin tone. You can see what I mean. It's a skin tone more than an actual color shade. So what I like about that is that I find that it is a lot more natural on the skin. So I'm just gonna apply this to the high points. Also, a little goes a long way. Like, you need like a baby pump, not even a full pump. Now I'm bronzed and dewy. Okay, up next is powder. Powder was one of the categories that I was kind of looking for something new. Didn't end up getting it just because after I kind of decided some of the other products, I was like, okay, that's my budget limit, but it's something I want to get more of. One of the favorites that I did have written down, this was one of Elena's favorites, and I'm pretty sure I bought this because of her and Jamie. I think Jamie likes this too. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. The reason why I'm not like a huge fan of it, like I still like it, I still own it and stuff, is just because that it's not like, as someone with oily skin, this is a very light powder, so it doesn't necessarily do enough for me. If you have dry skin, you would absolutely love this powder just because it's very lightweight, so it just does a little bit of setting in. But I find that whenever I use this powder that I'm like oily very quickly. So yeah, that's my only thing. Also, because you would think Charlotte Tilbury, whenever I saw this, I just threw my brush. Whenever I saw this compact online, I thought it was like super heavy and luxe, and it's like plastic. So that's another thing too. Charlotte Tilbury is really expensive, and I just expected a little bit more. But yeah, we're gonna set my under eyes, which, by the way, so far this concealer has not creased at all, which I absolutely love. So yeah, there you go. There's a difference in between powder side, not powder side. As you can see, it definitely still does set the skin. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna go into setting spray, just because I need a little bit. I've got two setting sprays here. Both are faves. Oh my god, I got powder on my eye now. Both of these are faves from Elena, and I literally bought both of them because of her. Well, MAC Fix Plus has been like a forever favorite. Oh my god, the powder in my eyeball. MAC Fix Plus has been like a forever favorite, but I recently, when I repurchased it, I got the coconut set because of her, because she loves the coconut one. And then the other one was literally because of her. Like, I bought this during the year, and then it was like on her favorites, and I was like, of course, because I bought this because of you. This is the Benefit Professional. This is really good for just like melting in your makeup, kind of like bringing down the powderiness. Really good also for if you ever want to like wet something like a shadow or something like that. This is great. This Benefit one, this is a long-lasting setting spray, and it's meant to be like pore minimizing, and I actually do see a difference that whenever I use it, my skin is like flawless and smooth and everything. I think I want something just a little bit more hydrating and like powder reducing, just because this is like a matte foundation. So I'm gonna go into my MAC Fix Plus. I just want to add what I liked about this coconut scent is that it's not like tropical vacation coconut, it's a much like sweeter coconut, so that's really nice. Okie dokie, moving on, we're gonna do the brows, and then I'm gonna touch up the eyes. Actually, let me just quickly, I just wanna just run a little something underneath the eyes. Perfect, and let me add some under eye mascara. That way that's complete. Okay, we're gonna do brows next. You might remember me mentioning that I'm not huge into brow pens, but to be fair, I've only tried one brow pen, and that's the Glossier one. And then I saw, who talked about this? I think both Alana and Rachel mentioned this brow pen, so I thought, you know what, let me give it a go. This is the NYX. This is their Lift and Snatch Brow Pen Tint. I got the shade Espresso because that's what I use in NYX products. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a dupe for the Glossier. Well, the Glossier one was the first one, but this is kind of like NYX's take on it. It's a brow pen, so you just like draw in the hairs. Let me get a spoolie to brush out these brows. To be fair, I will say my brows are unruly. It has been so long since I've got my brows done. I think November, just because I was so busy in December that I meant to go get it done, and then I got COVID, And then now we're in lockdown. I think they're technically open. I just haven't had the chance to go get them done. So it's a little harder for me to use a brow pen because I feel like it's easier to do it when your brows are nicely done versus when your brows are not nicely done, and then you kind of have to like figure out the shape yourself. So not the best time to test one of these pens, but oh wow, she really is dark. This is definitely a bold brow, to say the least. I naturally have very fluffy and full brows. This just took it to the next level. Oh boy. Okay, let's try the other one. This is my harder one to fill out. Okay, here are the brows. The thing is though, is that like this is definitely like the right shade. It's just very pigmented. Because I feel like if I were to go a shade down, it would be too light. Because I feel like they're just bold. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I feel like it's great if you don't have a lot of brow hair because it does a really good job of creating like fluttery, like very like hair-like strokes. The thing is that I already have very big and bold brows, so it's like, do I really need all of the extra help? My other thing too usually with the brow pens is that like you gotta be very precise, so they take a lot longer versus like brow pencil. I can just like and run out the door. I'll have to test it out a little bit more. Here's the thing, it is not a bad brow pen, it's just that I'm not sure I like brow pens. Okay, we're at the end now. I have two last products. Was this my smartest decision? Maybe not. I decided to get two lip gloss lip oil products, which like, you know, we still have to wear a mask. Like I said, we're in lockdown, so it's not like I'm even leaving the house, but for some reason my mom was like, no, I need both of these. So the first being the Merit lip oil. I saw Atlanta rave on and on and on and on and on about this, and I saw it and I was just like, I need that in my life. This is a Merit lip oil, like I said, and this is in the shade Taupe, which is this like beautiful brown. It looks kind of deep. It perfectly matches my sweater almost. As you can tell, this is the one I will be wearing. I will show you the other one swatched, but yeah, you'll see once I put it on. I guess I'll just put it on now. It's, even though it's really deep, it's a lip oil, so it's like the perfect sheen. She just talked about it so much that like I basically got the idea for this video from this product. I was like, I want to buy this product because I know it's one of her favorites, and I was like, I might as well buy other stuff. So not wearing any lip liner, just so you guys can like really see the product. I'll probably show you the other one and then I'll put on some lip liner and this again for the final like look. Here we go. Like, oh, isn't that gorgeous? I've been really into brownie colored lip products, aka my love of the Tower 28 lip gloss. So there you go. Like I said, it looks really deep in the tube, but on the lips it's a lot lighter, and it's like a lip oil, so it's super hydrating on the lips. It's not sticky whatsoever. So shiny. Like, is this not a gorgeous look? I love it already. Now let me show you the other lip, because 3 people mentioned this lip gloss along with so many other people online, like on TikTok. It was just everywhere, so I knew I had to get it. Okay, so the other one I got is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Everyone has been talking about this gloss this past year. Tati, Rachel, and Jamie all had this in their 2021 beauty favorites, so I had to get it. I got the shade Moon, which I think a lot of people, which by the way, if you don't know, people say this is a dupe for the Fenty Beauty lip glosses. So people say that this shade is a dupe for the shade Fussy, which I don't own. I own the original Fenty Beauty, so I decided that was great. Let me get something that's not like the one that I have, because okay, I get that it's good for like duping purpose for you guys, for me to be like, is it the same? But for my own personal collection, it does not make sense for me to get a dupe of something just because I'm trying not to have a huge collection. So yeah, this one is a dupe of a shade I don't have. It is this like super fun pink. Let's try it on. I'll definitely test, while the shades are different, I can definitely test the formula and let you know if the formula is a dupe, but yeah. So there you go, there is the gloss on. It is the like perfect amount where it is sheer enough that you could wear a product underneath it, but like opaque enough that you can wear nothing underneath it and it still looks good. It has a beautiful sweet scent. Okay, I don't know if it's smelling like coffee because it's like coffee or just because my dad made coffee, but it's, no, I think it's my dad making coffee. Yeah, it's a beautiful cupcakey vanilla scent, but not like too sickly sweet, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The glow gloaters give it some gorgeous shine. It's a thicker consistency, but it's not sticky, so it's very comfortable on the lips. And yeah, I really like this one. I'll obviously test these guys out for like longevity, all that fun stuff. So yeah, check out my blog post for that. Let me wipe this off, put on a lip liner, the other one, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, I just put on the Cash Beauty Rose lip liner underneath the Merit lip oil, and I can see this becoming a new lip favorite combo right here. So yeah guys, here is a finished makeup look full of beauty gurus, influencers, YouTubers favorites. Okay, my final thoughts on this foundation now that I have it on and that it has like not like oxidized, but at least like settled into my skin and my bronzer and everything. I do think this is the right shade for me, especially when you look at my chest and like my arm. I think it matches me perfectly. So yeah, I definitely will be keeping the foundation, and the concealer is looking great so far. I love both of these lip products. Love them. The only thing I'm a little iffy of is this brow. This is a strong brow honey for this like more natural look that I have going on, but yeah, I'll definitely continue testing that out and let you guys know what I think. Please let me know down in the comments below if your thoughts on any of these products were any of these some of your favorite products of 2021, and if there's products I have not mentioned that were your favorites, please let me know down in the comments. Maybe I'll do like a part 2. That would be super fun. Like this video if you want to see more makeup related content from me, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new content. That is it for today's video guys, and I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye!